And thanks for staying with us for day 2 of the Republican National Convention.
You are taking a live look at the convention floor as speakers will head to the podium for session 2. Wisconsin Republican Eric Hovde is expected to speak around 6 o'clock this evening.
Of course, candidate challenger to Tammy Baldwin, the U.S. Senate race, and some big names in addition to Hovde are expected to speak here on day 2, and that includes Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, once a challenger to Donald Trump, along with another former Trump challenger, former UN ambassador, and South Carolina former Governor Nikki Haley, as well as businessman Vivek Ramaswamy. He will also take to the podium tonight.
We have team coverage tonight located all around Milwaukee. Brady Mallory and Susan Simon are at the they're actually at UW Milwaukee's Panther Center right behind us, and not far from them, Merrill Hubbard and Ellie Laliberte.
And we aren't just following news, of course, from Milwaukee here as well. Jalen Banks is back in our studios in Madison, and he's breaking down local stories to be aware of.
So we're here in the Fiserv Forum where just in the next few minutes here, day 2 of the Republican National Convention is expected to kick off. Now the theme tonight is Make America Safe Again. We're expecting the speakers to touch on that. All afternoon we've been talking about what this means for the Republican Party platform this election. We've also heard questions about Project 2025 and what impact that will have on the platform Republicans will run on this fall. And we actually spoke with a Wisconsin delegate who was part of that platform committee to ask him how much of an impact that had on the party's platform.
Actually, that was not discussed at all during the platform committee. It really didn't weigh in into any discussions I was part of, and I don't think the platform committee as a whole really talked about that at all. This was something that was put together by the campaign with chairs, sub-chairs of committees.
Now he added that the platform was created closely with the Trump campaign. They're expecting, as you mentioned before, some Wisconsinites to speak shortly, including Republican U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde and former RNC chair and White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus. All of that coming up within the next few hours here. Reporting from the Fiserv Forum, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Will. Wisconsin has 41 delegates at the Republican National Convention, and when you cast your vote in the primary, these are the people who vote on your behalf at the national nominating conventions.
It can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for those chosen to represent Wisconsin. For John Beauchamp, one of the state's alternate delegates, it is the chance to serve alongside one of his political idols, former Governor Scott Walker.
What kind of got me started in politics initially was Governor Walker running for president in the 2016 election. The summer 2015, the announcement rally was right down the road from my parents' house. I got a chance to go to that, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
I'll read it. Beauchamp has been working and volunteering in politics since then and now gets to appear on the convention floor alongside Scott Walker at the Republican National Convention. Now, new post-debate polling finds Donald Trump leading President Biden in 4 out of 7 key states right now. Donald Trump ahead in Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and here in Wisconsin as well. In Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, the race is within the margin of error with no clear leader. That polling was done after the presidential debate, but before Saturday's assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
So several surrounding businesses are benefiting from this 4-day event.
Yeah, with hundreds of people visiting Milwaukee, the city is hoping for an economic boost of about $200 million. For more on these businesses, let's head over to Media Row now, where Susan Simon and Brady Mallory are standing by live.
Eric and Charlotte, thank you. You know, of the thousands of people that are here at the RNC, many of them are visiting Wisconsin for the first time, and they're getting a taste of our great state thanks to a lot of the local businesses in Milwaukee.
Merrill Hubbard is checking in with these newcomers to see how all that taste testing is going.
It's day 2 of the RNC, an event that brings in people from all over the country. For many people, this is their first time in Wisconsin and their first time trying Wisconsin foods. Think about cheese curds, brats, a spotted cow. They've never had these before. So I went on the streets to see how people are liking classic Wisconsin staples.
Both inside and outside of the hard perimeter, the RNC is surrounded by Milwaukee classics. Some of these restaurants have been around since the 1800s, and they are excited to give people a taste of Wisconsin. Once you step into the hard perimeter, the new Old Fashioned is in the center of it all. Here, I talk to people from North Carolina who have a new craving for cheese curds.
Because, I mean, it seemed more airy and fluffier and not so dense. And like we usually have hoop cheese, and hoop cheese is very, very thick and a little bit more bitter taste to it. So it's actually a lot more palatable.
And I have absolutely loved that rich, delicate taste of the cheese curds.
They say they still need to try a spotted cow, but so far, Wisconsin is pleasing the palates of many.
Visitors are going to have to take advantage of these Wisconsin staples while they're still here. Reporting in Milwaukee, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Meryl. A good cheese curd can change your life.
I would like some. Could someone get us some?
Well, food isn't the only reason all eyes are on Milwaukee this week.
That's something Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson has been looking forward to since 2022 when he made the final pitch to bring this event here to the Brew City for Republicans. Well, asking them to host the most important gathering in the Brew City, Braden Ross sat down with Mayor Johnson ahead of the convention to talk to him about he's handling the spotlight.
You're a strong Democrat. This is a strong blue city that will now be flooded by red. What has that been like for you trying to balance that?
My goal in hosting the Republican National Convention was to elevate Milwaukee, to give Milwaukee some more prominence on the national as well as the global stage. I think the convention will certainly help us to do that, and I'm very grateful for having that opportunity. But just because we're gracious hosts doesn't mean, and it certainly doesn't mean, that we agree with the Republican Party platform or the nominee on the Republican side. I certainly don't, and the vast majority of people who live in the city of Milwaukee don't agree with that either.
You can watch Braden's full interview with Mayor Johnson, including his thoughts on whether President Biden should step down, online right now at channel3000.com.
We have new information tonight. A fatal officer-involved shooting is under investigation. It happened very close to the RNC. Our affiliates at CBS 58 tell us that according to the Fraternal Order of Police, they confirmed Columbus officers were involved in an officer-involved shooting in Milwaukee. It happened near 14th and Villette. The shooting is now under investigation.
And of course, yeah, we are monitoring that. Aside from that, it's been pretty quiet here so far on day 2 of the convention.
Things really ramp up in the evening. We're just getting ready for the evening speakers, but it's going to be another big night.
Yeah, a lot of big names, and we'll see what headlines we're talking about tomorrow. Eric and Charlotte.
Brady and Susan, thank you. You know, 50,000 people are expected here in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention.
Our Ellie LaLiberte is joining us now to show us how Wisconsin is trying to capitalize on all of that.
Yeah, well, with that many eyes on Wisconsin and Milwaukee here, Visit Milwaukee, which is the city's tourism department, says it's been preparing for this for years. Now, I talked with people from all over today who are all here for the RNC.
From Texas. From Georgia. South Florida, Fort Lauderdale. Madison. Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
The Republican National Convention brings in delegates, visitors, vendors, and journalists from all 50 states, the U.S. territories, and more.
It's one of 4 national security events in the country.
Peggy Williams-Smith is the CEO of Visit Milwaukee.
Actually, we were going to host the DNC in 2020, so we've actually been preparing since 2019.
She says the process of preparing Milwaukee for its new visitors requires the whole state.
So we have hotels as far down as Kenosha, Lake Geneva, Madison. People are being bussed in from all of those different cities throughout the state.
To make that happen, they need money.
The goal that we put in place was $68 million, and the host committee ended up raising $85 million.
The RNC is expected to have an economic impact of roughly $200 million on Milwaukee this year.
It's been nice. It's been 24 hours, but it's been a good impression.
Something that the attendees have noticed.
We're gonna try to hit a bunch of the sites.
Like Brian Halfman, who's now making the most of his trip.
So we've got some spare time. We got a couple extra days.
And John Dilley.
Yeah, I went this summer on a baseball stadium tour, and I was here about a month ago to see a Brewers game.
Who is no stranger to the state. For Wisconsinites.
So it's cool to come down here in Milwaukee for, again, where I'm from, my hometown, and kind of see all this activity and see people from around the country come in and experience our state.
Something that tourism is trying to take advantage of, drawing in visitors from all over the U.S.
The Milwaukee Host Committee does hope that this economic impact will last past just this week.
All right, Ellie, thank you so much. Now, News 3 Now will be in Milwaukee all week long, bringing you extensive coverage from the Republican National Convention.
And of course, you can always stay up to date by checking out channel3000.com as well. And tonight at 8:30, we will once again be streaming some of the biggest stories from the Republican National Convention. That's just easy as going to our website and then tuning in before the CBS primetime national coverage tonight, again, live from Milwaukee. Now, one thing we're hoping for tonight is a big-time change when it comes to the weather.
Definitely. We don't need any more storms around these parts and in Madison as well. Let's go to Kelly Slifka on the backyard patio with a look at your firstborn forecast. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, that's the good news. We are looking at quieter weather, but believe it or not, we had some storms pop up to the south of Madison and Janesville. Got a little bit hectic, a little bit scary skies, but our skies are a lot calmer here in Madison. Just a few cumulus clouds and temperatures. And you're probably noticing that humidity continuing to come down while this storm system is continuing to sink down to our south. Behind the cold front, we have a northerly wind that's going to usher in some drier and somewhat cooler weather. We did have some storms in Janesville, but right now our radar 3000, nothing in the Badger State, but we did have some of these storms through Janesville. Actually had some cold air funnels. These are not severe producing storms, but they can create some spin-ups, and that's what we saw up to the north, or down to the south in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Might see a shower yet this evening, but that should be pretty spotty. Still pretty humid, especially down in Janesville, dew point at 68, but that northerly wind will continue to usher in some cooler temperatures. We are expecting some sun this week, and it should be pretty quiet and cooler. We're talking about some rain chances next week. We'll have that first warning forecast coming up.
Yeah, we could handle a little bit cooler, especially up on this hot rooftop up here, very warm. But we will get back to Kelly for his complete forecast in just a moment.
Plus, we are going to be joined by two very special guests to break down what's been happening so far at the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
They produced yacht rock hits that defined an era. It's Ambrosia. Performing live October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. With special guest John Ford Coley. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Soft rock that rocked the yacht. Ambrosia, John Ford Coley, October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
I got it.
I got it.
The airport is in 4 miles. Interesting choice.
You're going on fit?
Discover performance in rare form.
You got it, but she's delayed.
Get offers on select F-Sport models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Get special offers on select Lexus RX models.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young. Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Now playing at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
For decades, the Supper Club has been known to cook up a storm in Keeler, but now a storm has ripped off the roof. We look at the damage and how they're hoping to rebuild.
Then we hear from Donald Trump's most passionate supporters. Meet the mega fans of MAGA tonight at 6.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer.
Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4.
All right, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the patio. Have noticed the temperature drop from when I was out here at noon, and also the humidity is really starting to come down, and that'll be the trend over the next few hours. But you know what? We couldn't even get through today without even seeing some storms down in Janesville. This was sent in from Patrick Lohr. This is what we call a cold air funnel. So aloft, it's really cold up to around 20,000 feet. We had the heating of the sun and still that humidity throughout the day, especially down in the south toward the Illinois border. And we get these really weak spin-ups. A lot of times these do not reach the ground, and if they do, maybe producing some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, but still kind of a scary sight. Thankfully, nothing like that going on right now. Radar 3000, any storm now south of the border, still just south of Beloit there in northern Illinois, and you can see that streak down, continues to sink down to the south and east, and I think we should generally be quiet, but we picked up nearly 1/2 inch of rain down there in parts of Rock County as that shower and thunderstorm developed. We don't need any more rain, that is for sure. In fact, for the month, we've had over 7.5 inches of rain. That surplus is about 5 inches above average for the month of July, and we're only at the 16th of July. For the year, we've had 32 inches of rain. That's over 11 inches above our average for this time so far of the year of 2024. All right, we are expecting some sun throughout the week, and the good news is we don't really have any precipitation in our forecast for the next several days, actually right through the end of the week going into the weekend, and it will be turning cooler the next few days as well. Rain chances do return, it looks like, going into next week. Our temperatures today, we're in the low 80s now, but look at this. It's going to be a lot more comfortable tonight with that northerly wind continuing to bring in some drier air and some cooler air as well. We'll look at partly cloudy skies tonight, temperatures falling from the 70s into the 60s as we go through the midnight hour. We might start out around 60 tomorrow morning, so later tonight might want to open up those windows, let in some of that cooler air, give your AC a break. And tomorrow, I don't think we're going to get out of the 70s. In fact, most locations only in the mid-70s with partly sunny skies. Getting a little bit of a dip in the jet stream. That's what's bringing in some of this cooler air coming in from Canada. Now, as we go throughout the week, that cooler air will gradually retreat into the weekend, so we'll get a little bit closer to our average, which will put us into the lower 80s. And look at this. Cooler than average temperatures where you typically don't see it in July across the plains, while the heat is going to be out west and the northwest. And the reason it's going to be cooler is because they're expecting rain. That's unusual as well across the southern plains to get a lot of rain, but that's what they're expecting. We'll be right on the edge of seeing some of that rain. All right, our first warning forecast will be in the 70s. Overnight lows dropping down in the 50s. Very comfortable start to the mornings right through the weekend. We do warm it up a little bit. Still not too humid until we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and that'll be our next chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Want to get to our first warn traffic because we have some massive delays, and I don't know what exactly is causing this, but noticing eastbound Beltline, very slow traffic. In fact, some of those speeds are getting down less than 10 miles per hour, so use a lot of caution if you're going to be traveling eastbound on the Beltline. That's your first warn traffic. Now let's send it back to Eric and Charlotte in Milwaukee.
All right, Kelly, thanks. And we're also joined by our political analyst, longtime Republican strategist Brandon Scholes here. And also in the cozy confines, not on a hot roof in the middle of 100-degree weather in Milwaukee, former Madison Mayor Dave Cheslevich joining us. Mayor Dave, we're going to give you more than 1 minute today to have a conversation with us. Great to have both of you guys. Here. Great to have both of you. Yes, it is very cozy. And we're going to have a nice little conversation here about the issues that we're going to hear at the debate and maybe some at the convention and maybe some of the things that we've already heard. So let's start with kind of a thing that maybe was not noticed. We were certainly working hard last night when Sean O'Brien of the Teamsters gave a speech. A lot of people might say, hey, that's something, the way he spoke. What is the significance of Sean O'Brien and the Teamsters speech last night before the convention? Let's start with Mayor Dave.
Well, the significance is that it shows that $36 billion can't buy you love. President Biden bailed out the Teamsters pension fund to the tune of $36 billion. And the Teamsters president showed up at the Republican convention to have nice things to say about Donald Trump. Now, it doesn't mean the Teamsters will endorse Trump. In fact, they very well may endorse Biden. But just the fact of the speech, the fact that he was there, Trump invited him, he showed up. He delivered a speech he could have easily delivered to the Democratic convention and perhaps will in Chicago in a few weeks. But just the fact that he was there, that he was welcomed by the crowd, I think it says a lot about where the Republican Party has moved under Donald Trump. It is now a blue-collar populist party, and I think that was underscored last night.
Brandon, what do you think? We talked about this last night. You thought it was noteworthy at the time.
Yeah, and Dave, you're absolutely right. I mean, it does signal a shift a little bit on Republicans moving and recognizing kind of blue-collar America and what that means to the Republican Party. But this was really an important speech for Republicans to have Sean O'Brien there, the Teamsters, 1.3 million members strong. And the word now is that the Teamsters may not endorse anybody in 2024. But Dave, as you point out correctly, hugely significant that O'Brien was in the Republican convention, delivered I thought, a very dramatic speech, and one that I thought Republicans did embrace. Maybe not every single point, but it was a pretty impressive appearance. And I think a little historical. So this is a sign that Republicans, have opened their eyes a little bit. And Sean O'Brien is the guy there. Now, also, the Democrats didn't invite him. So I'm sure he'll be at the Democrat convention in Chicago.
Bush 41, the last one to get an endorsement from the Republicans, from Teamsters. Yeah. Let's talk about the down ticket implications of this presidential race. Biden, Trump, what impact does it have down ticket, particularly Hovde Baldwin race? Let's start with Brandon on this one.
You know, we always watch for coattails in the top of the ticket, whether it's presidential or governor. And over the years, I think coattails have become less of a potent thing for candidates, because you have many more things out there that people can use to make their decisions rather than just who they voted for at the top. So if Donald Trump is successful in winning Wisconsin, what does that mean for Eric Hovde and Tammy Baldwin's race? Are there coattails that will help? I don't know that we can make that call yet. But with such a competitive race, so a high-profile presidential race in Wisconsin, you're going to look to see what that does down ticket, not only in the Senate race, congressional race as well. And as Dave knows, with redistricting in Wisconsin, a lot of new candidates are out there that voters are going to have to learn about.
Dave, what do you think? Down ticket implications here.
I think Tammy will be fine. She's running consistently 5 points ahead of Hovde. I don't think that's going to change. I think she runs, say, 50, 60,000 votes ahead of Biden, assuming Biden is the nominee, and that should cover any gap, even if Biden does lose. So I think Tammy's going to be okay. I would look for an impact in the 1st and 3rd congressional districts, and also in those assembly races that Brandon alluded to. If it's going to have any impact, if Trump is going to do better than expected in Wisconsin, then I think you look for the 1st and 3rd congressional districts to stay Republican, and probably look for the assembly to stay majority Republican.
Dave, thank you very much. Great to have more time with you today. We look forward to a future discussion as well. Brandon, thank you as always. And now don't go anywhere. We have more local stories coming your way next at 5+. We are back from Milwaukee with more on how you can stay up to date with the very latest. That's when News 3 Now at 5 returns.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Congress has been spinning its wheels, going nowhere. I'm Katrina Shankland. In the state capitol, I've passed 225 bipartisan laws to help farmers, workers, and families. I approve this message because I have the experience to get things moving.
What's up? You need some windows?
Howdy. Oh, you need windows, yes you do.
Hey folks, you call the experts? Increase your curb appeal and save big this summer with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 5 years. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, lease a new Corolla Cross for $299 a month, or lease a 2024 RAV4 for $329 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale, so when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
I know how to get things moving in the state capitol, but in Congress, I'll also have the experience to stop bad ideas like the national abortion ban and stop attacks on our democracy. I'm Katrina Shankland, and I approve this message because our freedoms are on the line.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5, moving forward.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. An arrest has been made in an attempted homicide case on Madison's east side. 37-year-old Jerome Jacobs Jr. was taken into custody in Gary, Indiana with the help of U.S. Marshals. An arrest warrant was issued on June 28th. Police say he shot 2 people on June 9th, and more than 1 month later, 1 person remains in critical condition. The comedy rock duo Tenacious D, made up of Jack Black and Kyle Gass, have canceled the rest of their tour. This after Gass's remarks about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Gass made inappropriate comments about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump on Sunday in Sydney. Black said on Instagram following the comments made by Gass that he feels like it's no longer appropriate to continue the tour. He condemned the comments made by Gass, and Gass later apologized on Instagram. Tenacious D was set to play in Madison on October 23rd. Milwaukee remains at center stage nationwide. Day 2 of the Republican National Convention is underway as we speak. And let's go back out to Eric Franke and Charlotte DeLeste for more continuing coverage. Eric and Charlotte.
Jalen, thank you once again. And we will be live, of course, all night long from the Republican National Convention. Of course, we invite you to tune in to News 3 Now at 6 and 10.
And tonight at 8:30, we're also going to be streaming some of the biggest stories from here at the convention. All you have to do, just head to our website and tune in before CBS national coverage.
Yeah, big lineup tonight from the Republican National Convention. Stay with us. We'll be right back with a final check of your First Warn forecast.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit.
And we're experts in all of it, so no matter why you run, your best race starts here.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Greenie's Dental Dog Treats help fight plaque and tartar, and they're vet recommended. Pick up a value pack for just $32.98. Plus, get an 11% rebate. Attract a variety of birds to your feeder with Enchanted Gardens Cardinal Mix. It's a nutritious blend that keeps birds coming back. Get a 20-pound bag for $15.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
And it will start to feel a lot more comfortable as we go through the evening hours. Temperatures falling from the lower 80s that we have now through the 70s. And I think by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, should be falling into the 60s. Maybe you want to open up those windows tonight. Let in some of that cooler air. 76 only tomorrow. Average highs in the low 80s. We'll be well below that the next couple of days. Morning lows starting out in the 50s. Very comfortable right through the weekend. A little bit more humidity returns next week. Our next chance of rain and thunderstorms really doesn't come in until Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll see if that doesn't become a little bit more of a stormy weather pattern. What else is new? That's what we've been dealing with the last couple of months. Temperatures back near normal in the lower 80s. Back to Eric in Charlotte.
All right. Yes. Kelly, thank you. And, you know, it is already starting to feel a little bit more comfortable here as the sun starts to fall to our west. Now, we will continue our coverage at the top of the hour live from the Republican National Convention on News 3 Now at 6.
And the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Her coverage continues right now from the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee. Thanks for joining us.